Hey, it's your host, Cousin Giovanni. We've been talking Charlie Murder and Grok Rock and some crazy beatdowns. I've been asking all my listeners tonight what they think about all this violence, but now here's a new question. Listeners, you tell me who should win. We're talking cage match, to the death, no holds barred, Charlie Murder, Grok Rock. Let me know. You're on the air, WGRQ, Grok Rock. What do you think?
Dude, Charlie Murder rocks Grok Rock so hard, it's ridiculous. I love it.
You're on the air with Grok Rock.
Yeah, Grok Rock should win, definitely.
You're on the air with Grok Rock. Charlie Murder or Grok Rock? What do you think?
Charlie Murder! Oh, Charlie Murder!
You're on the air with Grok Rock.
Grok Rock is awesome.
You're on the air with Grok Rock. What do you think?
Dude, screw both of those bands.
You're on the air with Grok Rock. What do you want? Charlie Murder or Grok Rock? What do we got?
Charlie Murder!
You're on the air with Grok Rock. What do you want?
Oh crap, I was trying to call in the pizza place.
Alright, that's enough of that. Let's hear some tunes. Here's a little track called Turkey Murder. You're listening to 103.5, 103.9 WGRQ Grok Rock.
All you kids sit down and buy a story to tell. This is a campfire tale of murder and betrayal. See, our story starts 100 years ago in a cave so dark on top of outside the town called Mundo Village was a little shack with a little man in it. He had no friends, no family. It was a pen where he bred and raised turkeys. How he loved the birds and how he hated all the people. Despised by the village cast him out of the creature. So the day bring it on him when the man's brain stack was a tumor or pills on the devil man. In the woods, when an old man Talbot showed up with things that were show me. His ribcage blade open like horrific rings. Top at the shoulders, eyes deep as sea. Trailing to his temple, tail and dust. One more segment, jump on my door, and then that. And to save wake the fever more. The door stone painstakingly onto his feet. The mystic cave ended and terribly got eaten apart. Among rumor history that somebody got killed. Got it that took him out of Pokemon and moved the village. Took him out of a strong. He was so often discussed. Because he struck on dead. Cause we got you and then foul Uncle Ben and then clapping with somebody and to make the drunk. And I'm tearing hard and the legend was born. The legend of Turkey Murder. The legend of Turkey. Was evident to others for the mob and then on blood revenge. Who took them bit by bit and played the rest alive. Mobbing lust for blood and they had thirsty night. Before the day began to the shack of Turkey Murder, he brought wine and told me justice. He promised blood. When the mob finally arrived at the shack, it was deserted. So the bloody collar and nothing more. The legend of Turkey Murder. The legend of Turkey Murder. Were found and no trails were left. Over the in the who was not like to repair. Were they the same guy? Will we ever see the end of the legend? Or will we ever see the end?
Welcoming you to the magical musical wonderland, 103.9 Grok Rock.
And we're back. I'm your host, Cousin Giovanni. We've been talking a lot of Charlie Murder, and we're gonna not stop doing that. All right, I've got another caller calling in. Dan, what is your opinion?
Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time here, but I think that nobody's dealing with the reality of the Charlie Murder situation, which is that Charlie Murder sold out so long ago, it doesn't matter what happens to them now. They haven't been good for years. You can tell very clearly if you went to any of their early shows, everything was completely different from the last shows. shows. The most recent shows have been really crappy. And you know why? It's because they gave up. They lost the passion. They got the brass ring. That's all they wanted. That was fine. They got their major label deal. If you compare any of that stuff to the first EP, that 5-track EP, that was the only thing that ever mattered. It's the only thing they ever did that ever mattered. And I think it's a shame and a sin that they have fallen so far so fast, and now everybody's defending them. But really, what it's all about is, what have you done for us fans lately? You guys have, I mean, let's face it, Charlie Murder sold out a long time ago, and people are giving him a pass because they used to like them, or because they want to cling to some sort of like outdated nostalgia.
Dan, what's the point? What is your point?
The truth is that music in this country is dying, and it's never been very good. But I mean, what little great things that we had died after Charlie Murder got signed anyway. So what are we now? Now we're living in an entire world full of fantasy, full of like posers standing there looking good. They buy their guitar based on what color it is, not what it sounds like, and they want to look good. And it's more important to have a good stylist than a good songwriter. And instead, we're faded to a world where we're watching reality TV that's telling us what we should like and what kind of records we should buy and what kind of pop idols we should support. And I don't go for any of that stuff. And I think that Charlie Murder is part of the problem.
You know, Dan, I was gonna give you about 30 seconds, but this is interesting. Carry on, sir.
If you're not listening to the old stuff on Charlie Murder, then you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, because it was the original EPs that really set them on the pace. And I had a lot of faith for them, and I supported them a lot in the early days and went to all the shows. But if you look at them recently, they haven't been doing anything of value. They haven't been adding anything to the musical community. And this is just what happens. This is what happens when you sell out. When you sell out, you get everything that you deserve, and you get everything that you want. And you should be careful what you want. Be careful about what you think you deserve, because what you're going to get is not necessarily even what you want it to be or what other people want for you, but that's the truth. And I think that if you think about it, you know that that's the truth. So I'm going to keep listening to my same Charlie Murder EP that I've been listening to for years, because it's the only honest thing that they've ever done as a band in the first place. And I don't really care what happens from now on, because this is inevitable. This is society. This is our entire musical world breaking down, crumbling around you. And this is what we have deserved. This is what we asked for. We wanted them to do this. They wanted it. They got greedy. We got greedy. Everybody is in the same boat now. And the real music died a long time ago, and I think it's pretty absolutely obvious if you just look at it. I don't even have to explain what I'm talking about, because if you know Charlie Murder, I mean, if you really know Charlie Murder, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you have the original EP, then I would say hold on to that, because that's the only honest thing that they've done. And since then, I don't think that we're like anything is really going to matter ever again. And everybody's like, oh, boo-hoo, this has happened. But you know what?
Dan, I do not know what.
This was inevitable, and if you're really seriously a good fan of it, and if you know what you're talking about when it comes to music, and believe me, I know there's a lot of people out there that think they know what they're talking about when it comes to music, but they're not really talking about anything that matters to anybody else but themselves. But if you're not one of these self-centered musical elitist pricks, then you absolutely know that Charlie Murder was over a long time ago. I'm done.
Okay, it sounds like Dan is done. Well, we will come back with some more music after this short word from our sponsors. His whole life, he only dreamed of surfing a big, big wave.
I really want to surf a big, big wave!
But some dreams are not meant to be.
George, you're allergic to water.
What will one kid do when his dreams are greater than his allergies?
No, don't do it, George.
But I really, really want to!
You'll die.
See how in the end they find out it was all in George's head.
Look, George, you're drinking water.
And I'm not dying at all!
Oh, shit, we just gave away the entire ending.
Take your family to the heartwarming movie event of the year. Allergic to Fear, the George Crimptonson story. Only in 3D.